Anna, can I tell you a secret?
Sure. Go ahead.
Every time I speak English, I translate every single word in my head.
Oh no, Tom. Your brain must be so tired.
It is. It's like I have two brains, one translating, one panicking.
That's what happens when you translate instead of thinking in English.
So that's why I sound like a robot sometimes.
Exactly. But don't worry. Today we'll fix that. Welcome to the English Friends podcast, where we help you speak English naturally and confidently.
And today we're going to show you how to stop translating in your head and finally speak like a real human, not like Google Translate.
If you've ever frozen mid-sentence trying to find the perfect word, this video is for you.
Stay with us, and don't forget to subscribe so your brain can finally take a break.
Let's get started.
So, Anna, why do I even do that? I know it's bad, but my brain just starts translating automatically.
That's super common, actually. It's because when we learn English at school, we're trained to translate, not to think.
True. My teacher always said, first think in your language, then translate it into English.
Exactly. That's how our brain gets used to the habit, word by word. But when you speak, that system is too slow. Your mouth is ready, but your brain is still looking for, how do I say this in English?
Yeah, like yesterday, I wanted to say I'm excited, but my brain started searching, how to say that? And then I just said, I have emotion.
Oh no, that's the perfect example. See, your brain was trying to find the exact translation, not the meaning.
Yeah, I was thinking like a dictionary, not a person.
Exactly. We translate because we want to be correct, not natural. We're afraid to make mistakes, so our brain builds this safety system. Translate first, speak later.
But then the sentence comes out 2 seconds late, and the moment's gone.
Yep, translation kills your flow and your confidence.
So it's not that my English is bad, it's just that my brain works too hard.
Exactly. You don't need a bigger vocabulary, you just need to trust your instincts more.
Sounds like therapy for my brain.
A little bit, yeah. But don't worry. We'll show you how to retrain your brain to think in English. So, the secret to stop translating in your head is simple. Stop thinking word by word. Start thinking in chunks.
Chunks? Like chocolate chunks?
Kind of. In language learning, a chunk is a short phrase you use as one unit, the way native speakers do. Examples: how's it going? I don't know. That sounds great.
Oh, so instead of building a sentence from translations, I just pull a whole phrase out of my brain?
Exactly. If you learn chunks, you don't need to translate each word. You say the phrase and it fits. For example, instead of thinking, I have emotion, you just say, I'm excited. That's one chunk.
Makes sense. Give me another chunk.
Sure, for tiredness, instead of a long translation, use I'm exhausted, or the casual chunk, I'm dead tired. Say it fast and natural. It sounds fluent.
I'm dead tired. It already sounds better.
See? You don't assemble it, you pull it out. Learn chunks for feelings, everyday actions, and common responses. No way! You've got to be kidding. I'll pass.
I have a funny story. Once I tried to translate directly and told a friend to me is nothing. Everyone stared. I meant I don't care.
Perfect example. Literal translation gives you strange sentences. Chunks give you natural language.
So, how do I collect chunks? Do I just memorize them?
Kind of, but in a useful way. Notice phrases in conversations, copy them, and practice them as whole units. Use them when you tell stories or answer questions. Over time, your brain will choose the chunk automatically instead of translating word by word.
Cool. I'm ready to become a chunk collector.
Great! Stay with us until the end. We'll show simple, practical exercises that help you practice chunks in real life so your brain starts thinking in English, not translating. Okay, so now you know why translating in your head is a problem. Let's talk about how to stop doing it.
Yes, please. I still catch myself translating every sentence.
Totally normal, but there's a way out. Let's go step by step. Step first. Start small. Don't try to think full sentences at first, just single words or short phrases. For example, instead of thinking, I am hungry, and then translating, just think hungry. Train your brain to connect the idea of hunger directly to the English word hungry.
So basically, stop thinking through my native language?
Exactly. You want English to become the default language for simple thoughts, like food, sleep, work, coffee. Now, step second. Try to describe what you're doing in English as you go through the day. Like when you make coffee, so in your head, I'm making coffee. When you leave home, I'm going out. Do this silently in your head, even for 30 seconds a day.
So, like a mini narration of my life?
Exactly. You're basically training your brain to think English thoughts. Step third, start watching short videos or clips without subtitles or with English subtitles only. When you rely on your native language subtitles, your brain automatically starts translating. But when you read or listen only in English, you start guessing meaning from context. That's how native speakers learn.
I tried that, but sometimes I don't understand a few words.
That's okay. Understanding 80% is enough. The goal isn't perfection, it's immersion. The fourth step. When you speak, focus on communication, not grammar. Don't stop to correct every mistake. You can train this with a simple rule. One sentence, no stopping. Once you start a sentence, finish it, even if it's not perfect.
That's hard. I always want to fix my grammar while talking.
We all do, but fluency means speaking smoothly, not perfectly. Even native speakers say or you know, and that's fine. Here's the next trick. Connect new words to feelings, not translations. For example, when you learn rain, imagine the smell, the sound, the feeling, not the translation. When words are tied to emotions or experiences, they stay in your memory much longer.
Oh, like how the word home feels warm and cozy to me, not just the place I live.
Exactly. That's real understanding, not translation. And finally, don't expect instant results. It takes time for your brain to rewire. But if you keep practicing these small habits every day, you'll suddenly realize one day that you're just thinking in English without even noticing.
Like magic, but with hard work.
Exactly. The magic of practice. Okay, so now you've got the plan, but let's make it real. Let's actually practice thinking in English right now.
Oh boy, are we doing this live?
Yup. Think of it as a little brain workout. I'll say a few situations, and you'll say what comes to your mind. Only in English. No translating. Ready?
Ready? I think.
Okay. You wake up in the morning. What's in your head?
I'm tired. I want coffee.
Perfect. Short and natural. That's exactly what a native speaker would think. Now, you open your window, it's raining.
Again?
That's it. You're thinking in feelings, not grammar.
Okay, I see. So it's not about translating perfect sentences, but about reacting naturally.
Exactly. It's more about reaction, not translation.
But what if I want to say something more complicated and I just don't know the word? That's where I freeze.
Great question. That's super common. Let me give you 3 tips to keep talking, even when your brain goes blank. First, if you don't know a fancy word, use a simple one. For example, if you can't remember restaurant, just say place to eat. If you forget refrigerator, say cold box for food.
So basically, describe it instead of stopping.
Exactly. Native speakers do it too. You're still communicating. That's what matters. Second, imagine you forget the word umbrella. You can say that thing you use when it rains. Boom! Everyone understands. That's called paraphrasing, and it's a superpower when learning English.
Yeah, I do that sometimes in German too, and people still get me.
See? Same idea. Fluency means keeping the conversation alive, not being perfect. Third, when you forget a word, never stop and say, "Sorry, my English is bad." Just keep going. Smile, use gestures, explain. Confidence is way more powerful than vocabulary.
That's so true. I used to panic and just stop talking.
Everyone does at first. But the secret is, when you keep going, people help you. They fill in the word, they guess it. It becomes a real interaction.
Actually, that reminds me of something that happened to me last year in London. I went to a barber shop and I wanted to say trim my beard, but I totally forgot the word beard. So I said, please cut this, and I just pointed to my face.
Oh no! Oh no! What happened?
The barber looked confused and said, you mean beard? And I said, yes, beard. We both laughed, and it actually became a fun chat.
That's exactly what I mean. You didn't give up. You used body language, context, and humor. That's real communication. Let me add a few more quick tips for everyone watching. 1. Keep a thinking journal. Write a few lines in English each night, like what you did today. Don't translate, just write how it feels. 2. Name everything around you. When you walk or cook, think in English words. Table, knife, light, quiet. 3. Practice describing things. Look at an object and explain it in simple English. Example, this is something you use to clean the floor. That's a broom. 4. Speak even when alone. Talk to yourself. Yes, out loud. It builds confidence.
I actually do that sometimes. My cat thinks I'm crazy.
Mine too. But it works. Okay, everyone watching, here's your challenge. Next time you don't know a word, don't translate. Instead, describe it. Type your example in the comments. We'll read some of them in the next episode.
Yeah, let's see who can explain the weirdest object without naming it.
Great idea. I'll start. It's small, it's metal, and it helps you eat soup.
A spoon.
Exactly. See? That's the skill. You're already thinking in English.
So, what did we learn today? Don't translate, just talk.
Exactly. Think in English, describe things, and keep that flow going. Remember, confidence beats perfection every time.
And if you forget a word, just do what I did at the barber shop. Point, smile, and hope for the best.
Works every time, unless you're at the dentist.
Yeah, don't try that there.
All right, friends. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for more real-life English, stories, and probably more of Tom's creative language moments.
I call it Tomglish. It's the future.
We'll see about that. See you next time.